Well, you asked me as to whether I would pay anyone, Millsy, to give me a cuddle, and I said no. I said I should be able to get one of those for free, to be honest. But anyway, let's go.
Well, not everybody can, and it depends what kind of cuddle you're looking for. Joe Brook is a cuddle therapist at Cuddle Haven. It's a happy place. Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
How did you get
Hi, how are you doing?
Very well. How did you get into being a professional cuddler?
Well, back in 2018, I was feeling a bit touch deprived, and I'd heard of professional cuddling already on the internet, so I thought I would like to hire, a professional cuddler, and I couldn't find any in Perth at that time, and so I reached out to some people and asked them if they knew of anybody, and they planted a seed and said, well, if there's nobody, it looks like there's a gap in the market. Maybe you could do it.
So is there different types of cuddles? Like if I ring you up and said, look, I need a cuddle, what kind of questions would you ask me? So if I rang you up right now and said, geez, I need a cuddle, what would you say?
Well, normally people fill out my inquiry form on my website, so I would need them to fill that out first, really. But if somebody called me, which is quite rare, I would have a chat with them on the phone, and I would talk to them ask them what they would like to get out of the session, and what kind of feelings would they like to feel, like what's their intention, what's their reason for coming to see me.
Right. Do you have people that come that don't like to be cuddled, but maybe their partner wants them to cuddle more, and you teach them how to cuddle?
No, not really. I don't really get those sort of people. I normally get single people who are feeling lonely or touch deprived, or people who have had trauma around touch in the past, and they're on a recovery journey or a healing journey, and they want to get more comfortable and more confident around touch, or people on the spectrum, or people that just want to have more touch in their life.
Right.
Normally they're single. Yeah.
Okay. And so how much?
For 1 hour, the follow-ups are 110 per hour, and the first session is 130 for an hour.
Right. And so does that include an hour worth of cuddling, or is it just a bit of a cuddle, then a step back?
Well, the whole hour starts with talking about boundaries and the opening agreement, which is super important, because without good communication, without boundaries, it could be a disaster.
Right. So what do you mean by that? Boundaries as in it's just a cuddle, there's nothing more to this than just a cuddle?
Well, boundaries are a way to create trust and between two people, and so there needs to be boundaries. There needs to be an awareness of consent, because that's actually what people are paying me for, which is my ability to hold boundaries.
Right. And what if someone got aroused or something like that? Does that happen?
It hasn't happened yet, but if somebody, did feel some arousal, what would happen is there's no shame around it. We would acknowledge it, and we would just shift gears and we'd do something else. Normally people would need to just change positions normally. But it's normal. That's a normal response. If that did happen, I haven't experienced it yet from somebody, but there's no shame around that. Like, it's a normal thing to happen, but we're just not going to entertain it. We're not going to follow it. We're going to shift gears, and we're going to bring back to our intention that this is platonic and this is a nurturing experience.
What about people that, Joe, say in hospital and sick and those sorts of things? I mean, is that something that you do? Do you go to those sort of institutions?
Yeah, definitely. I've got regular clients in a disability home. They feel quite lonely in there, and also they don't get the nurturing touch, and they don't really get the presence that they're wanting. So it's really profound.
So can you give people can you give them a tip today about how to become a better cuddler? I mean, what's the best way to cuddle?
Yeah, well, I would say it was more of a feeling and bring the intention that you would like to feel. So it's an embodiment, and I would just say be present. Just be really present with yourself, how your body's feeling, and just relax.
Okay.
Just receive. Yeah.
All right. Well done, Joe. Well, obviously, you make a full-time living out of it, or is it just a sidetrack?
Well, at the moment, I'm doing it full-time. Yeah,
Wow.
and if people want to get in touch with me, my website's Cuddle Haven.
Cuddle Haven. All right. And obviously, it's a very professional service. So, Joe, good on you. Well done. Thanks for coming on and explaining what you do.